Okay, friends, yeah, today is full moon. Full moon is in some way a very important time. In the Celtic tradition, people were, so the whole month was going after the moon time, and it started with new moon. The first day was the day when the new moon was. In the middle of the month was full moon. Friday the 13th is coming from that, because Friday the 13th was when all the women were able to fertilize, and when the eggs were starting to move, and so it was the best time for making love, and this is why it was a very happy day, and it made a happy weekend for the people. And in Christian times it must have been then a very unhappy day, because the churches were so much against sexuality. And so they made Friday the 13th to a bad day from a lucky day. For me it is still a very lucky day. And to the next new moon. This was the whole month. 28 days, sometimes 29 days, because the moon rhythm is not exactly 28 days. The moon does a lot. It moves the water on Mother Earth. You can see it with the tides in the sea. It moves also water in other places where you cannot see it as such good, but you still can feel it. And also it moves the water in our bodies. So it must have an influence into our life, because when it moves the water in our bodies, it means it changes the water. So it changes the energy in our bodies. And this is why it is very important to realize in what moon time we are. For example, for baking bread, the last week before new moon plus new moon is a very bad date. Because then the doughs are not rising well, everything is not going so fast and so easy. And the time after new moon to full moon are really very good days, and full moon is absolutely the best day usually. Good, there are other influences, but this we can say from the moon rhythm. There are other influences as well, what can make a bad day from that as well. But this is for another time to talk about. New moon was the day of death, of changing, transformation, exchange. So, for the women, usually the best time to have their menstruation, because it is also a time where we go back to ourselves, where we do a lot of cleansing in the body, and menstruation is nothing else than cleansing in the body. So it's also a very good time for doing a sweat lodge. Full moon is the time of starting, beginning, fertilizations, as I told before. The eggs start to move to the womb and are ready and open to receive the semen. So the nature is calling for making love at that time. And yeah, this is how the rhythms work in our body. And they also work with the plants, they work in all our surrounding. What you can do on full moon is to do a special prayer, a lot of people meet on full moon to have a ritual then. It's not that we have to say there has to be a ritual, but it is good just to respect that time. And if it's only for 5 minutes or for 1 minute in the morning. Today is full moon. Oh great, it's a beautiful day and I love this energy. And I love to be in that and to speak a short prayer about that. This can be totally enough for a whole day. But also it can be great to meet with a lot of people and to have a good time together, to party together. And I would say new moon is a good time for having a silent meditation, and full moon is a very good time for having a dancing meditation or meeting together, being together with friends, cooking together, and all these kind of stuff. It doesn't mean that the other times are bad. It just means they have a different energy. There is no bad in that way. There's just different energies. I hope clear what I said. And wish you a bright, good visible, delightful and lightful full moon tonight. And all the other full moons as well. Hey, yeah.